What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we the people choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a chronic disease burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing!
You want healthy children. Don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again?
Come to you today as a former Democrat. I will be a first-time Trump voter tonight.
The people dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again.
This is Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
The masses are woken up. Unfortunately, in America, people, just like in any other regime, in any other countries happen, they have to see and feel the visceral pain. They have to hear the stories from the gulag to wake us up. It wasn't something, this freedom that we're now enjoying with the President Trump victory would not have happened unless the Jan 6ers had suffered in the gulags, knowing what was at stake when we went to the voting booths in 2024. It was something that you had to feel and touch. American people got intimately, viscerally responsive to real modern day tyranny. This is not powdered wigs and our founding fathers in the textbook. We saw them kick down the doors of people and raid homes and drag grandmothers out into the street. It was no longer pages of history. We knew what was at stake if we continued to allow the Democrats and this deep state regime to take over. And we mandated and pushed back at the voting booth, which we did in 2020, but it counted in 2024. And that's all that counts right now, because I'm home and I love my girl right here, my fiance, and I'm so happy to be home, and it's a blessing. It is such a blessing to be around you guys right now. Humans.
What's next, Jay? What's next for you?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's been an honor to serve our country in any small capacity, because, throughout generations, we know that men give their lives for this country. And so just 4 years and 4 days is nothing compared to the sacrifice Ashley Babbitt made, and Roseanne Boylan, and Kevin Greason, and Benjamin Phillips. They gave the full measure. They died on the steps of the Capitol for the things that we represent. Truth, freedom, American justice, things that have been perverted, but things that are coming back. Is a moment of reclamation in America. It's truly a moment where we can gather together as one nation under God. This is a blessing moment. This is who got me through. This is what got me through. President Trump was an instrument of the man who wrote this book. He was an instrument of the man who wrote this book.
That's right,
Lear, my brother. Oh, God bless you, my friend. God bless you. Oh, I love you, my friend. Right here, let my people go. That was the message in the Daily Bread.
This is my client. We were going to go to trial on the 3rd, and no more. He's out. So thank you.
Thank you for
your courage.
You stood by us, man. You stood by us, and you guys out there, the independent media, we would have been left for dead in the bottom of a gulag. Brother Juan. Welcome now to freedom, brother. Oh, my brother. Oh, Jesus saves. Jesus saves. Oh, good God Almighty. God bless you, brother. Free at last. I love you, brother. Thank you. I love you too, brother. We're surrounded by heroes here, guys. We are surrounded by next generation American leaders. The people that forge the next generation America are coming out of that gulag tonight. Coming out of that. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mama. I'll see you soon. I love you, Mama. Mama, I'm coming to Mar-a-Lago. I ain't going to Disneyland. I'm going to Mar-a-Lago. God is good. I'll see you there, Mama. Oh, we're so blessed. This is a blessing here.
I'm David, French people.
Oh, hey, what's up, David? How you doing, brother? God bless you guys. Jake, can you say what's up? Hey, Danny, what's up, brother? Oh, man, Patriot, American hero right here. Thank you, brother. We're free. We are so free. 4 years, 5 days of torture. But like I said, the American people have reclaimed this country through this media right here, because we no longer have gatekeepers. The suffering we did in the gulag, my brother Peter Steger right here and I, 2 years in the gulag with me, shoulder to shoulder, and then another year in the federal BOP being tortured. Right here, Ronnie Sandlin, another American patriot and hero, 2 years in the gulag being tortured. Our stories would have been left into the back pages of history if it wasn't for this First Amendment right that we fought for at the Capitol, that we stood for at the Capitol. And it's you guys out there that have blessed us with voices from the bottom of a prison cell, from 900 days of solitary confinement, cockroaches scurrying around our feet, rats and mice and all kinds of disgusting cretins that they have in the DC gulag. You guys gave us a voice when Fox News and CNN and MSNBC and the Washington Post and all these garbage outlets turned our back on us. You guys gave us a voice, and we appreciate you guys that have stood by our side so much. Every single one of you guys, the supporters, the community organizers, the people at the vigil, our family members, my mom, my father, whoever he's at, that hero. We are really a community that has been formed by broken people, and that's truly where a community can come together most, because those who suffer together, those who bleed together, can truly celebrate together, can truly know what it's like to lose and what it's like to win. We've lost for too long. It's time to win again, America. Woo! It's a blessing.
Wow. I didn't even want to interrupt that for like even 1 second. I wanted to soak it all in. I wanted you guys to soak it all in. This is amazing. Absolutely friggin' amazing. I am so happy for these people that are finally getting released from the gulag. And I'm happy that we're allowed to talk about it now. I have an interview that I did with Kim Wargo probably a month and a half ago. Couldn't put it here. I could only put it on Rumble. So tomorrow, I'm going to be showing you, in case you haven't seen that interview, Kimberly Wargo and her son got caught up in the J6 stuff, and as soon as she confirms her pardon, we're going to go ahead and get her back on the air. But of course, you know the Democrats, they don't like this. They don't like this at all.
And sadly, it's a golden age for lawlessness and lawbreakers who were pardoned yesterday by President Trump. There is no other way to describe President Trump's pardon of January 6th offenders than un-American. It is so deeply un-American.
I'm touched, Chucky, that you would say this is un-American. As Dan Bongino would say, but I can't do, you deserve the double-barrel salute, the double-barrel middle finger salute. It's amazing that these people, these Democrats, continue to want to fight this J6 battle continually. That's why they're going to lose. That's why they are going to lose. I have so much stuff to talk to you guys about today, and there's going to be other stuff that's probably going to bump certain stuff because I can't even get to it all. But let's continue with this tomfoolery.
To do that, to pardon them. And let's be clear. President Trump didn't just pardon protesters. He pardoned individuals convicted of assaulting police officers. He pardoned individuals convicted of seditious conspiracy. And he pardoned those who attempted to undermine our democracy. It's a betrayal of the highest order of our Capitol Police officers who risk their lives to keep us safe.
They really believe this shit too. Excuse my language. Yeah, but I'm sorry, I'm a little bit excited because the boss is kicking in doors, taking names, kicking butt, and all these idiots can do is continue to, whine and cry and lament because things aren't going their way. But the problem that's happened, let me let him finish.
It just is so cruel to the Sitnick family who lost a police officer.
What would it do to our efforts to actually fight real violent crime and gun-based crime in America, the AR-15s, the illegal trafficking guns, if we diverted federal, state, and local law enforcement just to deporting people who've not committed any crimes at all?
Look, we already don't solve 50% of murders in the United States.
I think it's really appropriate for us to say right now, with what's breaking imminently, and I do mean imminently, that you've heard it from the 17th letter in the alphabet and all this stuff, but no one can stop what is coming. All of your crying, all of your whining, all of your bitching and kvetching, you can't stop what's coming. Now, I've got two really good interviews today. I've got Mark Mitchell from Rasmussen Reports, who's jumping on here live at 4 o'clock. And then after that, we're going to be talking to another secret thing. I'm going to let that thing just fester. But we're going to have a person right at the White House who's going to be a part of our show, who's going to be able to bring you news every single time something big happens. Well, something big today might indeed happen. Actually, some things have happened. But let me just go with what might happen, because that might even be bigger. And I don't know if people are ready for this. Breaking: Trump to release the JFK files today. Some sources say it could happen as early as 3 p.m. Obviously, it hasn't happened. I don't think a lot of people are prepared for what may be in these files. I think today we may find out what the deep state did or had a hand in with the JFK assassination. This could be explosive. It could take over the airwaves. I know SV, he watches Twitter while I'm on here so he can see if something comes up. But stay tuned. If that happens, all hell is going to break loose. It may take people a while to, go through all the papers or scroll through if it's a PDF. But once we find out what's in these JFK files, finally, 60 plus years, people have been sitting on this information, not letting us know what exactly happened on November 22nd, 1963. And we're about to find out. It's imminent. And he's not waiting for Kash Patel to be, installed. He's dropping it today, we're told. Excuse me. Boom. Heads are going to explode. You think the Democrats are freaking out now about J6ers being released? Oh, they don't have time to worry about that. Not as fast as Trump is moving. So be prepared for that. Maybe by this afternoon, we'll have information about that. So now we see J6ers being released. Not fast enough. Trump just fired the director of Federal Bureau of Prisons, Colette Peters, is now on the unemployment line. Don't let the door hit you on your way out. Get the F out of here. You're done. Just another scalp that he basically took and telling this woman, you ain't doing the right thing by these people. Start stepping. And it's happening so fast. There's got to be people in Washington right now who've got sphincter issues because they're wondering what's coming next. How's it going to affect me? Oh, it's coming. It's definitely coming, and deservedly so. This one, you know what's coming here. So he said, give me back my stuff. I want all that stuff. All that stuff. All that stuff that Biden left there so that the Taliban could steal our helicopters and our military vehicles and all that stuff. Trump says, I want it back. The Taliban says, no, Breaking, the Taliban just rejected President Trump's demand to return the $7 billion in military equipment they stole from the United States during the withdrawal, the horrible Afghanistan withdrawal. How fast until President Trump sends each of their leaders satellite photos of their houses? They will find out soon enough. Oh, the pictures have probably already been sent. He's not playing. If there's anything everybody should have noticed at this point, within the first, 36 hours, is Trump is not playing. That's one of the things that they can count on. As my little dog here wants to play, so I'm going to have to kill it. Next thing up, let's see what we got here after that one. Another bye-bye. Undermining the U.S. military and border security to spend money on racist, sexist, DEI nonsense is no longer acceptable. What's he talking about? Admiral Linda Fagan, who oversaw the U.S. Coast Guard, has been terminated for operational failure and misdirecting all of the organization's resources away from training, retention, and border security. And she diverted all that money to DEI. So, she got fired yesterday, and Elon Musk just posted undermining the U.S. military and border security to spend money on racist, sexist, DEI nonsense is no longer acceptable. So you get to join the lady from the Bureau of Prisons. You got the pink slip. Get out. Line up. You're not going to be the last one. Don't worry about it. You're going to have a lot of flipping company. He's not finished with these people, one after the other. Now something really big. It started off as an idea. I told you guys about it. I mentioned it to you over and over and over. But now it's hit CNBC. What am I talking about? Breaking, President Trump considers abolishing the federal income tax and replacing it with tariffs. Use revenue from tariffs to eliminate income taxes and lower the corporate tax rate to 20 from 21. Now it's gone mainstream, people. Now it's out there. Now it's going to have to be fleshed out and discussed, but hold on to your hats. If he can eliminate the corporate income tax, not corporate income tax, personal income tax, that's true freedom. That basically is the definition of freedom. We should probably put that in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. No income tax equals freedom. Can you even imagine if there are no more income taxes that we would have to pay? That's stunning. Now I want to show you another quick video before I take some comments and get Mark in here in regards to what is happening with these confirmation hearings. Shut up. These confirmation hearings. Some big stuff is happening. Let's take a look.
I was listening to the chair of the Intelligence Committee just a moment ago talking about this nominee, and I was curious. I asked the Senator from Arkansas, chairman of the Intelligence Committee, what was the vote coming out of committee for Mr. Radcliffe?
The vote was 14-3.
Okay, so 14-3 coming out of the committee. And we've now wasted a whole day where we could have been acting on that nomination. And so really, I think the question before the House is, do we want to vote on these folks on Tuesday or vote on them on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Because that's what we're going to do. This can be easy or this can be hard. This is a nominee that came out of the Intelligence Committee 14-3. It is a bipartisan nomination to the Central Intelligence Agency. This is about America's national security interests. And we're stalling. So that's not going to happen. We're going to file cloture on them. You can force us to staying around here, and we can vote on these things Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But we're going to vote on them. And this one shouldn't be hard, folks. I understand there are some that are going to draw some opposition from the other side of the aisle. But Democrats and Republicans, in a very big bipartisan fashion, agree that he is very qualified for this job, that it is an important job to America's national security interests, and frankly, I believe we ought to fill it as soon as we possibly can. So it's going to be a big vote here on the floor. Everything we're doing right now is just stalling. And I don't know what that accomplishes for you, but we're going to be here voting on him. So
The senator from Arkansas.
I ask consent to end the quorum call.
Is there?
So before Tom Cotton talks, that was John Thune, the Senate leader. And he's letting these Democrats know, you can keep stalling all you want, but it's going to happen. You don't have any choice in the matter. We're going to steamroll it. We're going to confirm these people whether you like it or not. So then Tom Cotton gets up and says this.
Objection. Without objection.
Mr. President, unfortunately, we were at the point of almost having a consent agreement to have a vote on the confirmation of John Ratcliffe to be the CIA director tomorrow. Not today, not yesterday when it should have happened, but tomorrow. But the senator from Connecticut has decided to object at the last minute. I don't really understand the objection to Mr. Ratcliffe. He was confirmed by this Senate to be the Director of National Intelligence. He was fully vetted through the bipartisan process on the Senate Intelligence Committee. We voted him out yesterday on a 14-3 vote. Senator Schumer stood here yesterday and talked about how we're going to cooperate on highly qualified, capable nominees with integrity.
Let me explain what he just said when he says we voted him out. When you watch the various hearings, the first thing that has to happen is that the nominee has to be, quote, voted out of the committee, meaning in order for you to be voted on by the entirety of the Senate, the first thing that happens, you have to pass committee. So when they voted, it was for Ratcliffe, it was 14-3, 17 members of the committee, 14, which obviously Democrats voted for him, 14 out of the 17 said, yes, we approve, let's move it out of the committee. Let's vote him out. Which means at this point, there should be no more delay. He should be brought out to the full Senate and he should be voted on. And obviously, he's probably going to get confirmed because if the committee voted 14-3 out of 17 members, that's overwhelmingly been approved. So the Democrats, when they tried to move this to the full Senate get the actual confirmation hearing, these guys are trying to slow walk it, the scum that they are.
Which John Ratcliffe is. Yet the only vote we got yesterday was Senator Rubio. Now we're not going to have a vote today, and apparently we're not going to have a vote tomorrow. Which means I hope nobody's making any plans for the weekend or the evenings. Because we're going to get these nominees confirmed, starting with Mr. Ratcliffe, and then moving on to Mr. Hegseth, and moving on to Mr. Noem, the easy way or the hard way. We tried to cooperate.
I'm pretty sure he's seen Kristi Noem. He just said Mr., but he's talking about Kristi Noem, which is kind of hard to confuse her with being a Mr., but he did.
With the Democrats, the cooperation has not been forthcoming. So I guess it's going to be the hard way, starting on Thursday. So, Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that at a time to be determined by the majority leader, in consultation with the Democratic leader on January 22nd, the Senate proceed to executive session to consider Executive Calendar Number 1, John Ratcliffe to be the director of the CIA.
All right, so what he's saying there is, and you've had two of them, two bigwigs in the Senate. You had John Thune, the Senate Majority Leader for the Republicans. Actually, he's the Senate Majority Leader for the entire Senate. And Tom Cotton. And they've warned the Democrats twice now. So they can run and tuck tail and go to MSNBC and CNN and everywhere else. The Republicans aren't playing well. They're going to try and force our hand. Well, I'm sorry. That's the way the cookie crumbles. If you want to go back and look at the scoreboard on November 5th, go ahead. But in any event, let us remind you, as John Thune and Tom Cotton both said, we can do this the easy way. We're trying to include you, but we'll do it the hard way. Either way, it's going to get done. And there's nothing they can do. And they know there's nothing they can do. The media knows there's nothing they can do. This is all just circus stuff. It's a clown show. The Democrats are trying to get time on air. You had Elizabeth Warren run on MSNBC. You had, what's his name? Schiff running on MSNBC. Mark Warner, I think that's his name, on MSNBC, screaming about Pete Hegseth is not qualified. That's a whole crock there, too. They're trying anything to basically slow down the paving machine that's getting ready to roll over them. There's nothing they can do. They know it. You need to know it. And John Thune and Tom Cotton are specifically telling them, you can't stop us. I love the fact that these Republicans have finally decided to reach down between their legs, whether they're men or women, and realize we've grown a huge set of political cojones, and we're done playing with you. It's almost like they're, what would you say? The persona of the boss is now leaking into some of these people. Some, you got the rhinos still. They're still the rhinos. I think I posted this picture of what's her name? The idiot one. Let me bring this up. Yeah, her. Lisa Murkowski says she strongly denounces President Trump's blanket pardons of January 6 prisoners. We don't care. We don't care, Lisa. We know you're a rhino. We know you're going to just keep complaining over and over and over. We no longer care. So before Mark comes on, because he's probably getting ready to log on in any second here, let me make sure I can see him if he comes on. Let's go ahead and take some comments before we go. Barry, thank you for watching the Democrats explode. I can't stand it. Why can't you stand it? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Democrats are acting like a bunch of little sissies. Speaking of sissies, I'm going to have it probably tonight for tonight's show, a cut where, what's his name? Harry Sisson was on Piers Morgan's show. It's bad. It's really bad. Hey, Democrats, it's the American people that are forcing your hand. Exactly. It's not the senators. We did it. Blame us. We're the ones who said, yeah, we're done with this crap. We're done with it. Vote out the rhinos. It's going to take us, we're going to have to wait a little bit. Ain't no cops died. What's that say? Ain't no cops died at the Capitol. Exactly. They keep trying to, put that as something has happened. Is today going to be an interview show? It's going to be interview. It's going to be news. It's everything. So before Mark comes on, Maga Berry, before Mark comes on, let me go ahead and tell you what's coming up. So we're going to do this show here. It's probably going to last a bit. And then tonight, what I think I'm going to do, well, not think, I'm going to do it. At 8:30, instead of 7:30, 8:30 I'm going to go live. And we're going to do some news, and then we're going to segue into Sean Hannity. Why? Because Trump is appearing on Sean Hannity tonight. So I figured we'd have a watch party, so you don't have to watch, Sean on Fox. Come over here with your friends, and we'll watch Trump in person, not in person, but he's live. Actually, it's not live. It's pre-recorded from the Oval Office with Sean Hannity. Hopefully, Hannity asks him some really good questions. So I'm just waiting for Mark Rasmussen to tune in, but not as of yet, so we can keep going. The only good thing the Democrats did was make Trump's comeback amazing. That is exactly what they did. Let's continue. The rhinos need some testosterone therapy. I don't think that could even help him. It has been amazing to watch the J6ers that have been released. Oh, incredible. And I know that most of you have not seen my interview with Kimberly Wargo. That's because I was terrified of placing it here because I figured, back then, 2 months ago, that it would have been cut off. Now I feel comfortable that with everything Trump is doing, that we can show that interview. And if you guys haven't seen it, she's an absolute firecracker, great person. None of this should have happened to her. She didn't deserve it. And it's crazy. Yes, it gives me time to eat and shower. Great. Libnuts didn't complain about Biden. They don't even mention Biden's pardons. I got some, there's so much information. I got some cuts where these people are saying, oh, it's different. It's much different. It's not the same. So while Mark isn't here yet, let me continue with some other news for you, and because there's so much happening. Let me just make sure I can see if Mark comes on. All right, so more breaking news here. Deputy Attorney General Emil Bove, President Trump's longtime criminal defense lawyer, has sent a memo to DOJ staff outlining the department's intent to prosecute anyone standing in the way of mass deportations. I like how they say anyone. So all these blue nuts in blue cities and blue counties are like, we're gonna stand up and we're not gonna follow what ICE says or what Tom Homan says. We're gonna show everybody. We're gonna stand up to them. Yeah, for about that long. About that long. So all the warnings have gone out. This one was posted literally at 10:16 a.m. It was a DOJ memo saying anybody, any of you politicians, any of you ACLU nuts, anybody standing in the way of the mass deportation order, you're done. You're going to go to jail. So you've been forewarned. You may want the viral video to show them, picking you up and tossing you in the paddy wagon, but you're going. You're absolutely going. Nothing you can do about it. And then, I love this one. Caroline Levitt, she goes, to every reporter asking about this, I can gladly confirm. Obtained first by CBS News, all, not some, all federal employees in DEI roles have to be placed on paid leave by today at 5 p.m. You can call it paid leave. We'll just say you're fired. You're done. Go away. All of you across the entire government who have been in DEI roles, you're finished. By 5 p.m. today, as those offices and programs are being ordered to be shut down, according to a USO memo. So, hey, Ashley, no, I cannot see Mark. He's not in here. He must be having an issue. Again, make sure he's on a laptop, because that might be his problem. So, but no, I can't see him. So this is the second time we tried to schedule Mark on a live show, and the first time it didn't work. I don't know how he's connecting, but I hope he gets on today. But in any event, I don't mean to brush it off, but this is huge. This is absolutely huge. All federal employees in DEI roles have to be on paid leave by 5 p.m. Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. It is 4:02. You are done. You are absolutely, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. Got to love that one. Let's see the next one we can come up with. Oh, I like this. Donald Trump has ordered a communications blackout at America's federal health agencies, per the Washington Post. The CDC, the FDA, the HHS, and the NIH have all been told to pause all external communications, including publishing scientific reports, updating websites, or issuing health advisories. Wow. Shut it down. In regards to how Chef Ramsay would say, shut it down. Nothing goes out anymore. That's it. You're done. You don't publish crap. You got to imagine at this point that the Democrat Party is starting to feel a little bit boxed in. It concerns me, because once people start feeling boxed in, it's when they go cuckoo. And I don't know how much more cuckoo they can get after doing all the things they've done that we've seen over the last year or so. Which I hope President Trump has, and it appears to be the best of the best of the best security. These people, especially what's coming today, once that JFK file comes out, I don't think they have enough, hands to plug all the holes in the Democrat dam at this point. It's all falling apart. No, it's not falling apart. It's Trump's walking in with a sledgehammer and he's breaking them down bit by bit. It's not falling apart. He's breaking it apart. He's tearing down the Democrat wall. And they don't have anything. They have nothing to combat what he's actually doing. So it's pretty crazy. So let's continue here. What else is going? Oh, by the way, after that nut yesterday at that church, okay, just to make sure Bishopess, whatever you are, Trump administration says no hiding in churches or schools for illegals. Trump team just scrapped a 2111 rule that stopped ICE from making arrests in sensitive areas like churches, schools, hospitals, weddings, and even funerals. No, now ICE can show up anywhere they like, even at a Sunday service. DHS says this ensures criminals will no longer be able to hide in these spaces. They also pulled back on humanitarian parole programs, slamming Biden policies that let 1.5 million migrants in, saying they'll now only allow cases one at a time. The message is clear. He wrote, no place is off limits anymore. I'll just add to that, there's no hiding. This is incredible. Like I said, there's too many things happening, and right now, these people can't figure out what to do. They don't know where they're going to go. I want to bring up something. Now Trump, Benny just reported, Trump just says something else here. Let's go ahead and pull this up. It says, breaking, I'll have to get this video. Breaking, President Trump issues a dark warning. This is what we're going to hear tonight. Dark warning to President Biden. This guy went around giving everybody pardons, and you know the funny thing, maybe the sad thing, is he didn't give himself a pardon. Ooh. What you saying, bro? Are you saying what I think you're saying? Are you coming for him? Because that would make a lot of sense. A lot of sense. I always thought that might be the case. And something that came out, something that came out from Tom Homan earlier today. As I get rid of this frog in my throat. This is what came up from Tom Homan. I'm so sorry. All right, so Tom Homan posted this earlier today. This is a game changer. Just in, borders are, Tom Homan reports there are now 0 CBP One app releases taking place. And total apprehensions at the southern border have dropped to 766. This is compared to 10,000 to 12,000 per day under Biden. What a difference a president makes. Wow. We went from 10,000 a day down to 760. Trump is not playing with these people. Not at all. And you know what? Thus far, what I've showed you, it amounts to this.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
And yeah, we are going to keep winning more and more and more. Mark Mitchell from Rasmussen is still having issues getting in here, and we'll wait and go when we can. Waiting to see also if this JFK files have been released. Haven't seen it yet. Tim Burchett, who I had interviewed last week. If you haven't seen that, I may have to release that separately. But he says, get ready. Donald Trump is expected to release the JFK files today. Tennessee Rep. Tim Burchett basically confirms right here that the United States government did that. I don't feel comfortable saying that with the censors here, but he's confirming that the deep state did it. He says the only reason it's still a secret is because this is about power, it's about control, it's about money, it's about greed and corruption. I'm telling you, I don't even care what side of the aisle you are, Republican or Democrat. The fact that the JFK files are coming out is bad, is really bad. It's really going to cause a bunch of people to completely melt down. But I think the American people, we deserve it. We deserve to know if our government was involved in one of the most heinous acts, probably the second most heinous act before, the jabademic, which we're going to find that out too, by the way. Oh yeah, we're going to find out what happened with Fauci. You see, their pardons, number one, they're going to test with the Supreme Court whether or not those pardons actually can be held up. In addition, they're going to bring him in and do the investigations anyway. anyway. And they're going to say, if the pardon holds up, you can't take the fifth. So we can ask you whatever we want. So we're going to find out everything that happened with that jabademic. And hopefully we're going to find out what happened with JFK. Let me continue here. Waiting for Mark to turn on. What do I got here? This one. This. People are saying, why? Okay, I'm going to go back to, as you can see down below here, Molly saying, breaking J6 investigation to move to Judiciary Committee to help Republicans uncover FBI abuses. So what they're going to do is they've moved it from the J6 committee, which really doesn't exist anymore, to the House Judiciary Committee. Is it House or Senate? Not sure which one it's going to be. But now they can go ahead and investigate deeply what the heck actually happened. And by doing that, want to know why Liz Cheney is freaking out? The J6 investigation was just moved to the Judiciary Committee, so they have subpoena power to get info from the FBI and the DOJ. They're going to find out who is the January 6th pipe bomber, how many FBI informants were in the Capitol, what did the J6 committee cover up? We're about to find out all of it. I've been talking for about 40 minutes, and I can't even keep up with everything that Trump is doing right now. It is amazing. What do you guys think about what you've seen so far? Is it indeed winning? Because to me, I'm looking at it as the more stuff that he pushes out there, the more stuff that they really can't defend. I mean, you got AOC freaking out on Twitter. You got Adam Schiff freaking out on, Twitter X. They're all losing it. There is nothing you can do to stop what's coming, and it's actually coming. You see, for, a number of years, we all said, oh, you can't stop what's coming. But nothing was coming. It got to the point where people kept saying, yeah, I'll see it when it happens. You may be one of those people. You may have seen stuff where people have said, hey, look what they're going to do. And you see the post on X, and you're like, been here, seen it, when they ever going to do nothing? Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. They get away with everything. And now, finally, it's happening. It's actually happening, and people are wigging out. Jail for the J6 committee. I could go with that. He did say things would move very, very fast. So just think about this. Yesterday he does a press conference. Doesn't even need Caroline Leavitt, who's very good. He just goes out there and just answers questions and has it just off the top of his head. Doesn't need scripts. Boom, 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 boom. No teleprompter. No cue card. And then tonight, he's going to do what amounts to probably close to an hour-long interview with Sean Hannity. In literally 2 days, he has taken the stage and he is commanding the attention. Absolutely commanding the attention. You got to love it. We will never get, I think it's great. We'll never get tired of winning. The Lord is winning. Yes. The Lord put him in this spot. There was a time for all of us when we thought we'd never see this day. It's hard to believe it's not a dream. Brother, Claudia, I feel for you. I know I've seen it so much. Every time somebody would post something and be like, yeah, nothing ever happens to the Democrats. Nothing, we can't do anything. Nothing's, and now it's like, it's not daily. It literally is hourly. I mean, while I'm talking to you, I know SV is watching it, and there's stuff just continuing to happen over and over. But the best part about it, as far as I'm concerned, the best part about it is now we're actually seeing Republicans grow a pair. Trump was always that guy. He was going to be the bull in a china shop. But he would look around, and there's nobody there supporting him. Where's my boys? We our lobbyists, our people told us, not to do it. Whatever. And now we actually see people and women, ladies and men, stepping up and going, "This is it. We're gonna take it down. We're gonna do what we can." Biden, it's amazing. It is actually amazing. And 17 was right. Yeah, he was right. Exactly. And that thing with Tom Homan that I showed you, that alone tells you something is really going on. And what I mean by that is the Democrats, not the blue-haired tranny boys, the nut jobs, not them. They're stuck. They're in their own world. There's nobody who's going to be able to help them. They need psychoanalysts and they need God. So let's forget about them. But the middle-of-the-road Democrats, people who were just Democrats, not libnuts, we're just Democrats. They are seeing stuff happen which the media can't hide. And it's happening at such a rate where I even get texts from my sisters who are Democrats going, how did he lower the border from 10,000 to 700 in literally a couple days? Because what does that tell you? Think about what that tells you when you can see that, and you're a Republican, you're MAGA. Think about you as a Democrat. You're not stupid. You're not a stupid person. But yesterday, we got these people flying through the border, coming in through CB1 apps, going bust all over the country, getting to the next day, trickle. You don't think people with brains upstairs are sitting back going, oh, hell no. You mean you could have stopped this at any time? You let this happen? Because that's what it reveals. Trump doesn't even have to say it. There are people in Chicago, in Boston, in Connecticut, in New Jersey that are looking around going, it was that easy? You're telling me it was that easy for this man to walk in here and 24 hours later, everything stops. And now he's going to clean up, what's the spills on aisle 3, 4, 5, 6, and on. But the first thing is, what do? You put the Band-Aid on, you stop the bleeding. So we stop the bleeding. A good amount of the bleeding. You're done. You can't come in no more. You can't fly in here. Yeah, you're going to try and swim across the Rio Grande, but we got guys waiting, and they're going to make you turn around. You got to go wait over there. He did that in 2 days? I mean, it's the 22nd. How the hell did he do that? How did he stop all this crap from happening in literally 2 days? You're going to have to ask your Democrat leaders. You're going to have to ask your governor in your state. The ones who are going to try and fight Trump. The ones who are going to go out there and try to say, he's being mean and blah, 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 blah. He stopped it in its tracks. Intelligent people are seeing this. And they're like, wow, that was pretty easy. It means that these guys were doing it on purpose, right? Yep. What do you think happens when people who have brains and think see that this has been happening on purpose? They begin to question their own ideology. You see, we're never gonna touch the nuts. There are a lot of nuts out there who just don't care, and they've decided to play cosplay and put on costumes and do all crazy stuff. They represent this many people. And we're going to find out how small they represent, because now they're done. DEI, you're done. You're fired. Go away. We're not promoting this. The brands, the advertising, they're all seeing it and going, okay, so we're not going to put that in commercials anymore? Nope. Okay. It's a whole new world. And they won't want to go back. There are many Democrats who are going to see what's about to happen here. And they're definitely not going to want to go back. It's that bad. Now, I want to show you something. I guess Mark can't log on again, so we're going to continue with the show. Let me go ahead and run this and check with things. I'll be right back. Talking about gold and silver. Get some. As you know, President Trump has assembled the Avengers to make America great again. And of course, we're all excited and ready to see them get to work. But with everything we're seeing right now, don't take your eye off the ball. Things could get much worse before they get better. With the possibility of World War III still looming, and with the Democrats doing everything they can to impede Trump, you still need to keep your guard up and your money protected. Oh, and our national debt is still massively increasing. Don't get me wrong, I have high hopes for Trump's America, but I also have a family to look out for. You see, Trump and the Avengers have quite the uphill battle ahead. That's why I'm making sure I'm protected, and I'm recommending that you do the same. One way to be protected is by diversifying your portfolio. That's why on this channel I've been happy to partner with Lear Capital. As you know, I've been involved in real estate for quite some time, and although I dabbled in gold and silver, Kevin and his staff at Lear have helped to educate me even further, especially in regards to silver. Give Lear a call today and they'll show you how easy it is to move some of your savings or your retirement account into gold and silver. Gold and silver have been proven to hold value and protect wealth for the long term. Call Lear today at 800-601-5430 or go to learberry.com to get your free gold and silver wealth protection guides. There's no obligation, just free information. Many of you have seen my interviews with Lear founder Kevin Demerit, and I can tell you this company is solid and likes to educate their customers. Just so you know, Lear has over 27 years of experience, thousands of 5-star reviews, and over $3 billion in trusted transactions, and is the only company with a 24-hour risk-free purchase. You don't pay unless you're 100% satisfied. So call 800-601-5430 or go to learberry.com. And when you call, don't forget to ask how you can get up to $15,000 in bonus gold or silver with a qualifying purchase. So if you'd like to take advantage of this opportunity, please call my friends at Lear Capital at 800-601-5430 and tell them Barry sent you. All right, so I want to show you something that Trump posted. And so the next big thing that's probably going to fall is we're going to see the war in Ukraine and Russia end very soon. It was interesting. I go to FedEx, I have to send packages here or there, contracts, different things. And usually there's a sign that says, we're not accepting any deliveries to the Ukraine. I've seen it every time I go in there. It's a pretty big sign. Today, I walk in, 2 days after Trump was, inaugurated. What's it say? Oh, we are now reinstating deliveries to the Ukraine. Just like that, huh? Just like that. All right, so Trump posted this on Truth Social. I'm not looking to hurt Russia. I love the Russian people and always have had a very good relationship with President Putin. And this despite the radical left's Russia, Russia, Russia hoax. We must never forget that Russia helped us win the Second World War, losing about 60 million lives in the process. See, the Democrats never talk about that. All of that being said, I'm going to do Russia, whose economy is failing, and President Putin a very big favor. Settle now and stop this ridiculous war. It's only going to get worse. If we don't make a deal, notice how you put deal in quotation marks, and soon, I have no other choice but to put high levels of taxes, tariffs, and sanctions on anything being sold by Russia to the United States and various other participating countries. Let's get this war, which never would have started if I were president, over with. We can do it, and you heard this earlier. So now this is becoming a catchphrase with the Republicans. We can do it the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. And the easy way is always better. It's time to, again, in quotation marks, make a deal. No more lives should be lost. Wow. Wow. If I'm Vladimir Putin, just like if I'm Zelensky, at this point, he's putting it out there. We can do it the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. I love that Republicans are using that catchphrase now. They're letting people know, we're gonna do it. You no longer have any say in what's about to happen. That's what that statement means. If I said it to you, or if you said it to me, or somebody else, it's like, we're gonna do it. We can do it easy, or we can do it the hard way, but we're gonna do it. And Trump and the Republicans are saying it publicly across the board. That's having, I always refer to the Costanza, that's having hand. That's having the big, big stick. Don't care what you think. I'm not interested in your opinion. Do the deal. And you're going to do this deal one way or the other. The easy way or the hard way, but it's going to get done. So when you're talking to somebody who's got the mindset of Donald Trump, who now has the keys to the Ferrari, known as the United States Army. Actually, the keys to the Ferrari might be the United States economy. You see, if we turn that spigot off and says, nope, you nor any of your friends can do business with the best economic group in the world. Start tightening it. Start tightening it. I wouldn't want to be these people. Now, is he coming in too heavy-handed? No, he's not coming in heavy-handed. I'm going to give you a little secret. A little secret that I feel. This has already been done. It's already over. They may not know it yet. They may not have written any document, but it's over. There's been back channel discussions already in place. Hey guys, save face. Don't let me do what I have to do. Don't let me put the screws to you. Just come to the table and announce this war is over. So it's 2 days into his presidency. He gets this thing done within the next 3 or 4 days, the first week of his presidency. And in addition to getting rid of all these people, and in addition to beginning to do away with DEI and siphon that off and siphon off the newcomers and get rid of the illegals, heads are going to explode. And the reason why those heads are going to explode is because they have no message to communicate to their flock. There's nothing you can say. The media at this point has been rendered feckless. And I love what he's doing. He's making you fight your own little war. You don't have time to go over here and fight this, people on the J6ers, because we're going to come after you because of these pardons. So worry about your own butt right now. Hey, those of you war hawks, I just took all your secret clearances away. So you're done. So you better worry about yourself right now. Oh, by the way, John Bolton, we canceled your security detail. You really got to worry about your own butt right now. The more people have to do this and look over their own shoulders, the less they're going to have time to mess with him and his people. And so he went after the media. And understand, he's doing all this. Today is his 20th anniversary. So, I'm sure he wants to spend time with Melania, but he's probably like, hey babe, love you. Here's a big diamond. I got work to do. Today is his 20th anniversary with Melania. So he's heading off, as you know, to North Carolina and California. And he drops this. Trump's ordered cut-off funding to sanctuary cities could threaten LA fire relief. So the Los Angeles Times is crying because Trump is going to cut off funding to sanctuary cities. And because he's going to cut off funding to sanctuary cities, it could threaten the fire department. Meanwhile, I don't know if I should break it to the LA Times. They may not realize it. You got the keys to your own prison. I'm not giving you any money while you're a sanctuary city. Well, then things might keep burning. You need to tell all your people that the reason why things keep burning is because it's more important for you to stay a sanctuary state or sanctuary city than fight fire, than to get funding. That's a call you're going to have to make. That's on you. You are deciding right now that people's lives aren't as important. Their property, their homes are not as important as us losing the sanctuary city designation. This was written wrong. This entire title here, this X post is written wrong. It should say, we're not eligible for federal funds because we choose to be nut job DEI sanctuary cities. Because that's the truth. You got the key to your own prison. You got the key to the faucet. As he said yesterday, turn the thing and bring the water down. Forget the smelt right now. Help your people. All these decisions that need to be made, you need to make them. Well, he's going to make us stop being sanctuary city. No, you need to make yourself stop being a sanctuary city. Do you need funding? Yes. Is it important to you and your constituents? Yes. Then get rid of this sanctuary city BS. It's that simple. I think what they call that is, in a game of chess, checkmate. You can't win that argument. You cannot win that argument. And I guess what we can say is,
we're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
I tell you, I'm going to wear this out. It's only been 2 days into his presidency, and I'm wearing this button out because he is putting these people in check. There's nothing you can do. How do you explain to the people who live in Los Angeles, hey man, we can't get any funding? Why? Big bad Trump won't give it to us. Why won't he give it to you? Well, because he doesn't like us being a sanctuary city. I need that money for my house. You need to drop that shit right now. Any one of us would be all over our mayor and our governor going, ixnay that. Get the federal funds. We don't care about this crap. And if you do, then deal with it. It's that simple. Again, he can say it again. We can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. You can simply decide no longer to be a sanctuary state and get money. Lots of money. Or, good luck. Either way, it's on you. I would not want to face my constituents. I don't even care if they have blue hair or pink hair and tell them they won't give us money because we're harboring illegals. Period. Point blank. You need to tell people that's what's going on. See, all this stuff is stuff that you can now begin telling people as well, because you're going to hear all the riffraff talking, but now you know. When they start saying, oh, Trump's being a dictator, he's withholding funds. You're like, no. He's trying to make America great again and wants to get rid of all these illegals. You would rather have stuff burned than to be, told you can't be a sanctuary city. He didn't even say anything about DEI yet. So all those nuts can keep their jobs. He's just saying, I need those people in the bushes. I need to get rid of them. You don't want me to? Then you want my money. I mean, think about that. How many times have you gone to a bank and said, hey, listen, I'd like a loan? And they say, sure, this is what we want. And you have the choice at that point to go, I can give them that or I can walk away. So it's up to you. I'm going to sleep well. I'm going to go back to the White House and sleep really well. I'm going to tell the rest of the country I got stuff. I'm going to go to Appalachia. Guess what? Appalachia's going to say, Mr. Trump! And they're going to want that money. Yeah, that's checkmate. Let's see here. A dictator doesn't give choices. Exactly. They have a choice. What do we got here? Stop. Hi, everyone. Barry, stop cracking me up. I'm going to make a ringtone out of that. That would be cool. Make that as a ringtone. Wait, somebody just broke some news here. Jeff just said they just arrested 39 Mexican mafia cartel members in San Diego. I don't want to push it again yet. I don't want to push that again yet. But yeah, that's amazing. Dead or alive, your city is coming with me. It is each state's responsibility to staff their fire departments. It's not the responsibility of the federal government. Yep. And I think these people know at this point, we did wrong. We did really wrong. Could I make it into a short? Yeah, I could do that. I could make that into a short. It's only like 18 seconds long. I pray hard still for my grandson. So your grandson still on the other side? Push it again, please. All right, I'll push it again after you see what I got for you next. I don't think Mark is going to be able to make it on. Unfortunately, he and I are going to have to get together. Ashley, if you can set up some time, like tomorrow or later, we can practice and see if we can't get him on. Yeah, Trump keeps exposing these Democrats because they are fraudsters. They are complete fraudsters. So I want to show you a couple more. I got a whole bunch more stuff lined up here for you. Bring it to you. You're going to love this one because Jim Acosta ain't going to like it. CNN boss drops the hammer. No more Trump bashing allowed on CNN. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to just guffaw like this, just laugh. How are you going to tell that to Jim Acosta? How are you going to tell that to Anderson Cooper and some of these guys? That's it. You're done bashing Trump. Done. The day before Trump's second inauguration, CNN's Mark Thompson issued a blunt directive: no rehashing Trump's impeachments or felony convictions. In a high-stakes meeting with network stars, Thompson called for, quote, fair-minded but tough-minded reporting. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you're fair, that's fine. Tough, that's fine. Warning against bias or outrage. The shift marks a dramatic departure from CNN's prior approach, with some staff expressing unease as the network battles historic rating lows. That was, look at the time there. It's important for what I'm going to show you. 11:20 a.m. today, that story hit. So the story hits and says, hey, listen, y'all got to stop doing this to Trump. Our ratings are crap. We're losing money. Advertisers don't want to come here because nobody's watching this crap. And you guys just keep screaming about Trump, 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 Trump. Well, notice that said 11:20 this morning. What happened right about then that might have had some influence in him making that statement? Well, I'll show you.
Welcome back to National Report. We continue to follow the breaking news of the day coming from the new FCC chair, a Republican, Brendan Carr. We're learning that President Trump's complaints against unfair airtime on NBC, ABC, and CBS News can now proceed.
And that means that these can be adjudicated if they do find some wrongdoing here. So let's get out to Alana Austin, who is going to be following this for us here today. Alana, what was your takeaway from this here?
Hi, good morning. A new sheriff is in town. I believe that you said that just a few minutes ago. Certainly we heard over the elections that there were concerns from voters about fairness and integrity to the system, about the media coverage, and we have learned through a source familiar that the new FCC chair, he has reversed the decision by the outgoing Democratic chair of the FCC to dismiss complaints against several television.
Okay, let me fill you in the backstory here. Backstory is there was a complaint, i.e. lawsuit, that says that the stations, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, NBC, all of them, okay? All those people were being sued because of unfair advantages, almost like making a campaign donation to Kamala Harris because she's so great, Trump, he sucks. Well, they went and pushed that. They pushed that really hard to the point where Trump said, I'm going to have to file something. Well, the previous administration, which was the FCC was run by Democrats, they dismissed the complaint. Nope, they can do whatever they want. Well, Brendan Carr, who is Trump's new FCC chairman, steps in and goes, yeah, we're going to reverse that and we're going to go after him. Whoa.
networks. So Brendan Carr is now officially in charge of the FCC. He's reversing that 11th hour dismissal of presidential election complaints filed against ABC, NBC, and CBS, but not one against Fox. So that one is dropped. The CBS complaint involved a heavily edited 60 Minutes interview with then Vice President Kamala Harris, as well as demands to see the transcript. Now, critics said these edits were deceptive and resulted in the Democratic presidential candidate seeing a more flattering response on the U.S.-Israeli relationship. The ABC case in question involved the network's handling of the presidential debate and allegations that it was unfairly one-sided. The NBC complaint involved equal time rules, as those regulations might have been applied to Harris's appearance on Saturday Night Live. The complaints against ABC, CBS, and NBC still can be adjudicated on their merits, and they will be live again with the FCC. Now, a source familiar tells Newsmax that Chairman Brendan Carr will put the ABC, NBC, and CBS cases back into pending or active status. The source also says the former Democratic FCC chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel could have prevented the FCC from reversing course here if she had acted on this issue just a few weeks earlier. That could have prevented the new chair from reaching back and overturning the dismissals. In a statement issued just last Thursday, though,
So you weren't magnanimous. You weren't just telling the anchors, "Hey, listen, Trump won, so let's be nice to Trump. We need to show Trump that we really want to see things differently now. We don't want it, things to be the way they were because as a business person, I'm just trying to be equitable. Nope, sorry, you've been found out. Daddy's home. He's pissed as hell, and he's spanking your ass. There you go."
Rosenworcel alleged that the complaints were attempts to weaponize the government over its licensing powers. Now, the complaint against Fox was over 2020 presidential election results that will not be brought back at this time. Now, we reached out recently to representatives at CBS, ABC, and NBC, but we have not yet heard back at this hour. We will update you as soon as we receive a reaction from any of those three networks.
All right, Alana Austin, live for us from the Capitol with those details. Alana, thank you very much. We'll be watching to see what this means for fairness when it comes to these networks covering the Trump administration. Just think, they have an opportunity to write this course when it comes to how you cover the President Trump and his executive orders and why he's making the decisions he is.
Brendan Carr has said they have to live up to their public interest and obligation to providing fair coverage, and this might be the first step in that, and a warning shot to the legacy media. We talk about it all the time, CBS, ABC, NBC. These are ones that have a big platform, a big audience, and Trump has argued this since 2016 that they've been unfairly covering him. We'll wait to see how these cases play out and how they're adjudicated.
Look, anybody that
I'll tell you how they're going to be adjudicated. They're going to get spanked. The FCC is now run by MAGA, not just Republicans. It's run by MAGA. These people are going to be in danger of losing their licenses or actually getting fines, steep fines, for the way they conduct business. MSNBC, I don't even know how they can stay on the air with the spewage that comes out of Joy Reid's mouth every single night. With ABC, with the stuff that comes out of The View's mouth every single day. I don't know how these people can stay on the air. So what you're probably going to see is some immediate, or not so immediate, but you're going to see some attrition really quick. In order for these companies to stay afloat, to absolve themselves of liability, they're going to have to cut the dead weight. Because I don't think Joy Reid can change. I don't think Rachel Maddow can change. I don't think Joy Behar can change. They're done. They only cater to nuts. They're not a news organization anymore. They are basically a psychiatric couch for these people who need to sit down and air grievances. They're no longer news. They are propaganda, and the biggest thing about it is that you guys are now in a position to be bigger than they are. Every single day I check the charting and see, hey, how did my show do today? And I'm looking through and I'm like, I beat ABC, I beat them. And the only people I'm looking up at are other podcasters. These shows have $1 gazillion budgets, all the equipment you could possibly need, producers, editors, directors, lighting consultants, audio consultants, and we're kicking their ass. They don't understand talking and relating to people. They want to talk down to people. And Brendan Carr, well, he's not having it.
Not on board with the agenda that we're going to be running. I have just one thing to say to them, which is afuera. We got to move on. This is President Trump's administration. The administration is going to follow his lead. And for my part at the FCC, we want to make sure that we get to the core mission. So that's, reining in big tech. It's going to be taking a look at media and making sure they live up to their public interest obligation. It's getting our economy going through new actions on space so we can get going there. And it's promoting national security. That's the agenda that I'm going to be running at the FCC. And thankfully, we have a lot of actually really talented, dedicated career staff there. And I'm confident that we're going to execute on that agenda.
See what I mean? Too many points of attack. If you ever read Sun Tzu, if you ever watched any or read any military novels, any World War II, any world, battle type thing, the battle's over here, and then you got a flank over here, and so you pretty much, you got to watch your back. They're getting attacked in a circular way, and it's hard for them at this point. Okay, so now we got to fight this. And the fires and the sanctuary cities and the FCC. We got to watch what we say, and it's too much. They're not prepared for it. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. Thank you, SV. SV sends me links. Ashley sends them to me too. This one broke literally about 15 minutes ago. And again, just as you're thinking how are they going to fight all this? Breaking. President Trump has just signed an executive order shutting down all illegal newcomer entry across the southern border.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to wear out that button. I'm definitely going to wear that button out. It just, wow. Today, shut it down. He went full Gordon Ramsay on the border. Done. It's absolutely done. It's amazing. It's so amazing. General Patton would be proud. He sure would be. Amen. MAGA on steroids. Papa God set this all up. I'll never get too tired of winning. Laugh my ass off. So awesome, Barry. And it's only 4:45. It's 4:45 on a Wednesday. Remember what happens at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, they fire in all the DEI people. We have to keep them on staff because there's some rule that you can't, so they're going to be paid leave. But in essence, go away. But yeah, keep didn't win nothing. Now term limits. Yeah, that's going to take a little bit more of an effort. But we need laws in place. FCC, all news reporting, false information will be fined and their license revoked. This law can't ever be changed. Yeah. He's tackling. Somebody Trump body slammed the fake news. Oh, big time. It was easy for the guy to come out and say that because he knew the FCC already had told him, here's what we're going to do. Just going to let you know. You can go ahead and keep Joy Reid on the air and Anderson Cooper and, this person and that person, but you're going to pay because these complaints now are going to be adjudicated. Wow. I'm loving life and it's about time. It shouldn't be paid leave. I know that they should just be gone. Let's see. Just in, CNN is planning to lay off hundreds of employees this week. NBC is also looking at them. Oh, wow. Let me see if I can find that. CNN layoffs. That's just more. Let me just see if it's made the news yet. Actually, it happened this morning. People are saying CNN is looking to lay off hundreds of employees this week. These people can't take it. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, I really don't understand how they're going to make it through the next 4 years. We're only into 2 days of this. Two days. And it's like massive implosion, explosion, all kinds of stuff happening. Donald Trump's out there just letting them know, hey, I told you I'm coming in office, and I'm coming in with a big hammer, and he's not messing around whatsoever. Let me go with this one for you. Trump breaking, everything's breaking. Trump administration is considering selling 2/3 of the federal government's office stock, per the Wall Street Journal. That could put more than 200 million square feet on the market as the federal landlord, the GSA, General Services Administration, oversees 370 million square feet across the country. Oh, where's he going to get all this money? Okay, let's sell all this crap. We don't need any of this. People aren't coming to the office, so you know what? Let's just go ahead and sell it. So when we fire them, we'll save money, and we'll just sell all the office space. I wouldn't want to be a landlord. I don't know. It doesn't say just in Washington, so that could be anywhere. That really could be anywhere. But they're going to get rid of all that office space. Just let that sink in. All right, so let me go over here. Where am I with this one here? I couldn't get Mark Rasmussen to be able to connect. He and I will figure this out. We'll have to do like a homework session and make it work. But I had a video planned to talk to Mark about. It's from CNN. It's pretty crazy. And I want to show it to you.
Deport all immigrants here illegally. I will note the ABC News poll asked about undocumented immigrants. So we have slightly different questions, but these were all taken within the last month. And there's real uniformity here. That's what I really think you see. You see real uniformity. Deport all immigrants who are here illegally. 55% of the New York Times. Marquette, 64%. CBS News, 57%. ABC News with a slightly different question, 56%. So what you're seeing essentially here is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which I believe gets at the underlying feelings, do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no arguing with these different numbers because they're all essentially the same across 4 different pollsters.
So if they say yes today-ish, how has that changed over time?
Yeah, this is where I think you get very interesting. And so we'll take a look at that ABC News question in particular, because you can really see that there's been a massive shift from when Trump was first getting into office 8 years ago, right? Deport all undocumented immigrants. You go back to 2015, I'm going to come to your side of the screen, it was 42%. Hello. Go to 2016, it was 36%. Look at where we are now. This was taken at the end of last year, 56%. This is 20 points higher than it was just before Trump got into office the first time. So feelings towards immigration in this country, feelings towards undocumented immigrants and deporting all of them have become considerably more hawkish. And I think that gives Donald Trump much more leverage to go with the American people and sort of have these hawkish, some might say harsh.
You know what I find? I was going to talk to Mark Mitchell from Rasmussen about this if we had connected today. We'll talk about it when he gets on. I'd like to get his opinion on this. Who's surprised by this? See, the only surprise that's going on here is that CNN is now talking about it. Look at the date there, 2024. So they've been running this poll. They knew that the American people wanted these illegals taken care of and stopped. They knew this. They just didn't want to talk about it. They ignored it. And they ignored it because they had to ignore it. The Democrat Party can't exist without breaking rules. And so these numbers haven't shocked anybody. It's not something that just all of a sudden happened. A 20-point difference doesn't happen overnight. The Democrats had to have seen this. They obviously were hoping, hey, I think we can cheat our way through. I'm pretty sure we can do some stuff and cheat our way through because we can't let people know this. But now, Harry and CNN, maybe because of the directive that their boss said, now they want to tell people? Now they want to say, hey, listen, there's been a 20-point shift in the last 8 years. I want to ask you a question. If you're a Democrat politician and you've seen this data and you've watched what's happened in the last 8 years, that there's been a 20-point shift away from wanting newcomers in this country. And you saw this data all along. And you chose to get on television, get your media cohorts to lie as if people wanted to see more and more and more people crossing the border. Oh, that's just Republicans. Oh, that's MAGA. Oh, it's all racist. Well, let me just tell you something. You can't get to 56% if you're not hitting a whole bunch of Democrats. So you were lying to people the entire time. You knew people didn't want to, we don't want this. You knew. But you lied to everybody, and you're hoping you didn't get found out.
Different rhetoric and also issue-based sort of going after immigrants who are here illegally. And so I think the American people are going to give Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt to do what he wants to do, at least if you believe these blunt questions, including this one.
How about immigration levels?
Yeah, okay. So this sort of goes in line with that, right? Which is, again, trying to get at the underlying feelings. Want immigration levels decreased. This includes legal and illegal immigration. Look at this. Last year, 55%. That is the high.
I'm pretty sure every single one of you could have guessed this. In 2016, 38%. Only so it was okay. It was okay. Bring some people in. Yeah, keep it going. And then 2023, yeah, it's still okay. And then 2024, in 1 year, one year, it completely flipped. Y'all didn't know that? You were just trying to ram it down everybody's throat. So what you're actually seeing here, and as you're looking at these numbers that CNN is putting out there, that's why I got to ask Mark Mitchell. What are you seeing, Mark? Mark, are you seeing that trend is true? And how bad are those numbers for the Democrats? Because if they're willing to admit on CNN that 55% of people had enough, that means you lied to the American people. You continue to lie to the American people. It means your news shows, your shows like Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid and Jim McConnell, you're all liars. It's all propaganda. The American people want nothing to do with this. Well, hey, you can say 45% of people still do, but you're not going to win like that. And now, when people find out Trump was able to turn off the spigot quickly, you're done. You're done.
Highest level since the 9/11 aftermath. You go back just to 2020.
And this again, legal and illegal. So people want less people coming into the country.
Exactly. They want less people coming into the country. Look at that. That's a 14-point rise from 2023. You go back to 2016 when Donald Trump again was running for president the first time. It was 38%. That's a 17-point rise. So the bottom line is more folks want people who are here illegally deported, and their overall feelings towards immigration have become considerably more hawkish since Donald Trump was first getting in office, Kate.
So you're telling me you guys all lied. It's January of 2025 and November 4th of 2024. You were saying it's bad. Don't deport these people. Oh, they're great. They're almost Americans or something. And now you're posting polls saying you were completely wrong? Oh my God, I'm shocked. Oh, I'm calling me shocked that people don't want this. So after Kamala gets a complete shellacking, you're willing to come out and say, yeah, we lied. Sorry. Thanks, FCC, for slapping us upside the head. We'll now start telling the truth. Man, oh man. How can they put that out there today? How can they have put those numbers that didn't change in 60 days? That you knew this the entire time she was running, and you never talked to people about it then, did you? No. In fact, you kept telling people that she was leading. She looked like she was doing well, and you knew full well she was toast. How can you ever put credence in the media ever again? So Trump's going to tear it apart. Absolutely tear it apart. Which is more and more of this.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
I'm concerned we're going to start seeing people doing like at revival meetings, just falling out. every single day. I keep saying every single hour, more and more and more. Give me some, mainline me some winning. It's incredible. So SV sends me some other news here. You want to see what desperation looks like? This is what desperation looks like. The ATF, the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Agency, was just caught rebranding their chief diversity officer to chief officer to circumvent President Trump's order. They tried to make it as if, hey, no, he wasn't a chief diversity. He's good. Nope, you've been found out. You are now the media. And what you're seeing is that there are some guys out there who have screenshot everything, who are waiting for these nuts to see if they can change this or change that. Because if they change this or change that, gotcha. And somebody went ahead and took the screenshot of the ATF where you had this guy labeled, let's see if we can zoom in here. He was the Deputy Director, Office of the Director, that was him. And then down here you had the Chief Diversity Officer, which was her. And now she's now called Senior Executive of the Director. You tried to hide her. You got caught. You got caught trying to hide and protect a diversity officer. Too late. Now you also have put your head on the chopping block. I hope it was worth it, because now she's gone, and one of you crooks, whoever changed the website and whoever, basically tried to promote her into something else, you got to go now too. You earn a first-class ticket down the escalator. You're done. Sorry. Thanks for playing. All right, so I got a couple more things I want to show you. This one I absolutely love. I don't live in South Carolina, but I absolutely love this. Nancy Mace, who we talked to last week, is poised to run for the 2026 governor run in South Carolina. Nancy Mace announced she's seriously considering a bid for South Carolina governor, promising bold leadership and a focus on advancing conservative policies. Known for her impactful leadership in the House and her ability to deliver results, Nancy has built a reputation for getting things done. With strong ties to Trump and a proven track record, Mace aims to bring her experience to the state level. Decision expected by March as Nancy Mace engages with voters across the state. Love to see it. Hate to lose her out of Congress, but would love to see her take on these people in as a governor role. Just continue to make things work. Let me see what else I have here for you. This one popped up too. The DOJ will charge officials who won't play ball with Trump's immigration plans. As I said earlier, if you're not going to be on board with the mass deportation, you are gone. The Trump administration wants federal prosecutors to go after state and local officials who don't cooperate with ICE, potentially sending them to prison for refusing to help with the deportations, according to the Justice Department memo. Sanctuary cities and states that block ICE from detaining immigrants are the main targets. The memo even orders FBI and anti-terror task forces to help track undocumented people, prioritizing Trump's immigration crackdown even over other national security issues. So he's making this a high priority, a very high priority, which is, I like it. I like that. Let's get them out. So, if you've been following the Pete Hegseth saga, you know all of a sudden the Democrats came up with some affidavit from some woman who wasn't his ex-wife, who says that she used to visibly observe his ex-wife being afraid of him, and now all of a sudden that means he's not qualified to be the Secretary of Defense. Except one problem. She lied. The Democrats, as I keep telling you, got nothing. Donald Trump Jr. After it was revealed that the reporter behind the Hegseth hit pieces is the subject of a complaint accusing her of making phony accusations of sexism and misogyny, she did what all leftists do. She went into hiding and denial. And she went ahead and protected all of her posts. Hope it was the 30 pieces of silver were worth it. You are now done. NBC, come get your girl. Come get your girl. She got caught. Do these people not realize at this point, everybody, you, me, other people, are watching everything. So if we see in the byline written by Courtney Cube, let's start digging in to see what Courtney Cube has been doing. And it appears as though she's the subject of a complaint accusing her of making phony accusations of sexism and misogyny. In other words, it's been her modus operandi. That's what she does for a living for NBC. Now she's done. She's done. And Charlie Kirk says, wait, so you're telling me that the Hegseth smears are aided and abetted by Democrat propagandists? Shocker. Ex-sister-in-law claiming Pete Hegseth abused ex-wife is represented by Democrat Party law firm. Wow. This incestuous snake is just absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. They all work together to try and protect themselves. And now this is all being revealed. And as I've said, this is happening almost on an hourly basis. I've been refreshing to see if anyone has come out and dropped any information on the JFK stuff yet. But I haven't seen it. I wanted to see if maybe it would come out. But everyone says they're coming out today. Still looking. Yeah, it's supposed to. I love this. Me waiting for the JFK files. Charlie Kirk posted this. It looks like this is Tulsi. The upcoming release of the JFK files is a great reminder that we need Tulsi Gabbard at DNI. JFK is just the start, which is why they're terrified of this woman. We have a lot of secrets, and some of them are our own doing, and when people find this stuff out, they're going to freak out. So just steel your heart, pray, and when it comes out, when it drops, be prepared for it. Be prepared for the unpreparable. When you find out, which many people think, that your own government was involved in JFK's demise, that says it all. The press has been going downhill since Nixon. The Democrats are nothing but cheats and liars. That's all they can. That's it. That's it. They can't hold up to anything. The roaches are getting stopped. I like that analogy. Absolutely. These libnuts have no idea that God appointed our new sheriff, and he and our sheriff aren't playing. Don't say are doing. When I say our, I'm talking about the government. Our government. Not you, not me. Our government. Everything is backfiring on them. And as you watch everything backfire on them, realize as you look across the aisle, there's nobody there. Obama, done. Michelle, I don't know if she's running away from Jennifer Aniston. I can't believe Jennifer Aniston would want to mess around with Brock, but anyway, that's one of the rumors out there. But she's done. Hillary, done. Bill, not an issue. Who's over there? AOC, done. Pelosi, done. Adam Schiff, really done. Gavin Newsom, done. There is nobody over there who even looks like they could be a potential threat or leader. Nobody. It doesn't exist. And so at this point, as I've been saying, I don't really see how these people could win another national election anytime soon without them endorsing somebody who wants to turn away from everything they've been doing. If you don't turn away from the stuff that you guys been doing, you're never going to win. Never. If you keep trying to relitigate January 6th, if you keep trying to say Trump and Elon Musk was making Heil Hitler sign, you're insane. It doesn't work anymore. And maybe I should stop saying it. I don't want to give them the incentive to look elsewhere. But when you look down there, you can go through all of a sudden, there's nobody there that can step up on a national basis and contend with what Trump is already doing. How about Maxine Waters? Yeah, she... Oh, man, why'd you say that? See, Fetterman is all they have. Let's see, this is called getting what you pay for. Yeah, you wanted it? This is it. This was all told to us by that 17th letter for years. You have to know, you have no clue what's coming, but man, it will be a show you have never seen in your lifetime. I know so many of us read a lot of that, and we're so disappointed because we kept hearing, oh, nobody can stop what's coming. And now we're starting to see that may indeed be true. That may indeed be true. Nobody can stop what's coming. Now, earlier today, I had an interview I want to share with you guys because it's incredible at this point. We have basically our own White House correspondent. I mean, she doesn't work for me, but she has agreed to come on anytime, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this interview. Check this out. So today I've got an interview with Monica Page from TPUSA. Hey Monica, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're keeping warm up in Washington, and I'm not going to keep you outside too long, but I love that shot of you back there with the White House in your background. So do me a favor, please tell everyone who might not be aware of what you do and who you work for, what it is that you actually do.
Hey, well, Barry, it's great to join you live from the White House, or pre-recorded from the White House, rather.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is cold. It is 11 degrees here. I am the White House correspondent for the Frontlines Reporter Division of Turning Point USA. This is a brand new, I guess you can say, position for the company. I love it here. I mean, I was originally with One American News previously, and then Newsmax before that. But here at the White House, it is just... It's been a wild 48 hours, and I'm very excited to share with you some really exciting things coming out of the White House. I mean, the mood on the ground is very different than the last administration, as you can probably imagine.
I could only imagine that things are going crazy. Now, how long have you been covering the White House for TPUSA and then also in your previous position at OANN?
So right now, I have been at the White House since November 4th on election night. November 4th, 5th, I was covering all of the protests and any sort of news coming out of the White House from election night onwards. I also covered Kamala Harris's concession speech at Howard University, which is a very interesting scene. It was a very interesting event on the ground there. We saw grown men crying, which was kind of funny, to be honest with you. I mean, over Kamala Harris was pretty wild. But previously, with One American News, I was covering Joe Biden, I guess for a year and a half or so. I was really uncovering and deep diving into Joe Biden's cognitive decline, something that a lot of his staffers and a lot of the reporters too were teaming up and just denying that it was ever really a thing. So I really wanted to uncover. I was speaking to psychiatrists and any sort of like mental neurologist, any sort of doctor, just to kind of walk us through the cognitive decline that we are seeing on full display. Why is the mainstream media trying to hide it from us? Why are the staffers deflecting? So I was uncovering those sorts of things, but now we have a president that can speak full sentences, that is pumping out executive orders and memorandums. Like, we're making some progress here, not even 48 hours in, and we are just doing so much. So it's exciting to have a president with it, and it's exciting to have a president that has staff that, will be for the American people as well. So lots to look forward to here, Barry.
So you said a lot in that little response that you gave, and I got to dig into that. First of all, what did some of these people uncover, and were you allowed to, publish it, or was it killed?
Yeah, so I was able to publish publish it, thankfully. I posted it on my X account. It aired, I believe, on One America News for quite some time. I spoke with Dr. Sherry O'Donnell. She is from the great state of Michigan, and she's a psychiatrist, and she basically walked us through the telltale signs of a cognitive decline for Joe Biden. It was masked face, showing little to no emotion, garbled speech. Sometimes he mumbles or slurs his words. We don't really understand, really what he's saying in those sentences. The stiffened gait when he was walking across the South Lawn, going to and from the White House, to and from Marine One. The stiffened gait was also like a true sign of, maybe there's some muscle issues as well. But those were all the telltale signs of somebody who is cognitively declining. And unfortunately, many people, including myself, can understand, what those signs are. A loved one maybe has those early signs of dementia or Parkinson's and can really identify those telltale signs. So I really wanted to uncover that, and thankfully I did. But unfortunately, weren't on board with it. They didn't want to. They didn't want to circulate it. I was censored a bunch of times on my social media accounts for publishing this kind of content, and I'm just glad that now we're seeing things in retrospect. But unfortunately, as it was happening, we were being silenced.
Now, was it censored by previous Twitter or after Elon purchased it?
It was shown online, but it just on X while Elon Musk had the ownership of it. But unfortunately, there's some shadow banning remnants. I mean, it wasn't getting as much engagement as I was hoping. And forget about Facebook. That was like a whole other story too. Meta, that was before Mark Zuckerberg wanted to actually become friends with Trump. So.
So you mentioned that. So what about that? When I watched the inauguration, I noticed that the CEO of Alphabet, Google, YouTube, Pichai was there. Bezos was there. Zuckerberg was there. Obviously, Elon was there. Tim Cook was there. And they're all sitting in the VIP section. Are they all of a sudden getting the revelation that they're not going to be able to censor and do things that they were doing before? Is it a ruse? What's your take on that?
Well, personally, Barry, I'm a little suspicious about this sudden alignment with President Trump after years of censoring the American people. Now, all of a sudden, they want to get on board with free speech and the First Amendment. I think it's a very interesting dynamic. And honestly, Mark Zuckerberg, when he gave his address and addressed the censorship enterprise that we saw back during the Biden era, he admitted that he was censoring the American people, and now he wants change. I don't know. I find it very hard to believe, and I think everyone should be proceeding with caution when it comes to this kind of relationship. Because, I mean, if anyone wants free speech, it's Elon Musk and X, and I think that's what the American people should be relying on. I don't know about Mark Zuckerberg. I give it for the next 4 years, and then whoever comes afterwards, I'm not entirely sure.
I was banned off of Facebook a couple of years ago during the original Trump campaign because I was doing all Trump stuff, and I've never got that account back. But here on YouTube, I've had to be very, very careful in certain words. You couldn't say, quote, illegal aliens. I had to make up words for it. You couldn't talk about the transgender. You had to make up a word for that, which I'm using right now, because I want to test. I want to see if these people are really going to relax and let us talk. I mean, if you can say it on television, if it's in the news, I don't understand why we can't say it on YouTube and some of these platforms. So let me segue. What the heck is wrong with these reporters at the White House? Because I almost look at November 5th as two repudiations. It was a repudiation of the Democrat ideology, and it was also a repudiation of the media. Are they not accepting that?
Well, it's a very interesting dynamic, and I'm glad that you brought this up, Barry, because within the first 48 hours of being here at the White House, I have seen reporters like Dasha Burns, she's here. I've seen Yamiche Alcindor, who's now with NBC. She's apparently supposed to be the White House correspondent. There's a lot of not-so-friendly media who you cannot trust to give a fair and honest reporting and depiction of the president, because we've seen the way that they've previously reported, and so far, within the first 2-3 days of President Trump, we've already been seeing, kind of the lean. It's going to be a very interesting White House. I don't see much change to the press briefing room, but I will say this. I did meet with Caroline Levitt on Tuesday. Thankfully, she was in her office. I went over to introduce myself and say hello, and she did have some very exciting news that I will let her speak to herself about. But during the first press briefing, I definitely recommend everybody stay tuned for that, because there will be some interesting news regarding the seating arrangements, I think, and what the rotation's probably going to look like, and what kind of system they want to implement in place so that every voice gets heard and not just those loudmouth loudmouth, and mainstream media voices that we've heard for the last 4 years. It sparks a little bit of hope within us, but nonetheless, I mean, those reporters have a right to be here just like everybody else. It's just a matter of how exactly they get their voice and how exactly we can amplify voices like ours who have been censored and shadowed for the past 4 years. So,
Now, it was interesting yesterday during the first press conference that Trump did, which when you watch him, it's like, does he even need a press secretary? Because he just goes out there and handles it. But he actually, told the guy from MSNBC, "You're rude and stop interrupting." He basically put the guy in his place. I absolutely loved it. I don't think these people are going to be ready for that. So when you're saying there may be some, realignment in the briefing room, I know you can't say, but I remember there was a time back in his previous administration, he would bring in, or he brought in screens and he took questions from people. Do you think that will happen again? Or at least from, since he's done so well with podcasters, he may bring on people to ask questions?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that, regarding myself and my reporting as well, I do encourage your listeners, your viewers to send me, their questions. I'd love to share some of them with the briefing room. And I think that's the important thing to note is that this is the people's White House. It's not the mainstream media's White House anymore. We have the American people taking back, freedom and taking back a free, fair press, which is very inspiring. So I'm really hoping that, President Trump does do such a thing. I think he will. And I think we'll see a lot more of him. I mean, we've been seeing him for the past 2 days in front of cameras, answering questions. His very first day signing those executive orders, he did over an hour of Q&A with the press. We can definitely expect that to happen with the American people as well. As I said before, this is the people's house now. It's not the mainstream media. It's not the establishment anymore.
Now, you ask people to respond to you, so everyone can see your Twitter profile right there on the lower third. So I'm encouraging people to reach out to Monica, let her know what you think, and ask any questions that you want to see. Maybe she can ask the president, or at least Caroline Leavitt. It would be awesome. Caroline, I hope you didn't ask for something that might overwhelm you, because some of these people will continue to hit you up knowing that you're at the White House. So let me know, what does it mean to you? And what have you been hearing on the ground when Trump says he's ushering in the age, or the golden age, of America?
Well, I will say, to put it very bluntly, it feels like coming home. It feels recognizable. It feels comfortable. It feels like this is where we should be. Finally, you know what I mean? It's like we've become something almost unrecognizable, not only nationally, but also here at home at this White House. It's been very tough 4 years. I mean, it's been an uncomfortable 4 years. It's kind of been like you kind of have to slink around here at the White House. It's not comfortable going to work anymore. And honestly, I think the last 4 years was ushered in this lazy work ethic. I mean, I have not seen a press briefing room so bustling and so busy. I can't even remember when I could have ever pictured something like that. Because now everyone's working, everyone's back to work, everyone's excited. There's a lot to cover now. But the past 4 years, there really wasn't much going on. So I feel like we entered an era of laziness, and now we're entering an era of let's get back to work. We're excited to push forth an America that we know and love, and something that everybody can recognize now. So it does feel like coming home, this golden age. It feels good for me as a woman. I feel safe being a woman now in a Trump America, especially at a White House like this, where, knowing that the administration is on your side looking to help you, it's a very positive thing. So we're very excited.
Now, do you think these reporters really dislike Trump, or are they playing a role because they're Democrats? I mean, because one of the things I see a lot is, people who make a lot of money, the Rachel Maddows, the Joy Reids of the world, they're obviously using conservative fiscal policies. They're not going to want to give all their money away in taxes. They want to be safe as well. Like you mentioned, you're a woman, they're women. Are they playing a role in your estimation, or do they really believe this ideology that they spew on TV?
It's really hard to say, and I really like that question, because I oftentimes find myself asking the same question, and especially when I'm listening to some of these reports at the other tents here on Pebble Beach, or I'm hearing them in the press briefing room asking the questions that they're asking. It really makes you wonder, like, who are these people? I mean, I feel like you you can really gauge the type of person and who a person really is based on their reporting and how they answer questions. Because, gone are the days of what we've been hearing for the last 4 years. And now we're bringing honesty and truth and transparency back to the White House, actually, as we've seen for the past 2 days here at the White House. But I really, truly believe that some of these people that are at this White House, in my opinion, are very evil to the core. And I really do not believe that they have anybody's best interests at mind except for their own. Some of these people, some of these reporters are very selfish. I will say that, I'm not going to name names here,
Right.
but I have seen a lot of interesting things here over my past, I bet, 2 years, I think about now, that really makes you believe that this is a good versus evil fight. And
Wow.
I think that we all need to be on the side of good because you just never know. And
Wow.
these people are, they're not looking out for anybody's best interest except for their own.
What was the feeling on the ground yesterday after Trump got ambushed at that woke church service with that bishopess who decided she was going to take a beautiful ceremony and turn it around into some sort of assault on Trump because of, the ideology that he won with?
Well, I could say that the mood on the ground while that was happening was, it can get very tense because a lot of not only the reporters, but you also have the videographers here as well that aren't very favorable towards Trump. So sometimes they'll make comments. I can overhear them in the press briefing room all the time. They make comments about, oh, did you hear what Trump? Yeah, what a buffoon, or something like that along those lines. And, as somebody who wants to remain in good graces, you just can't say anything. But I hear everything. Everything is heard. This is a very tight space. There are a lot of listening ears here, but a lot of the videographers also do not like President Trump, and they'll make comments. They're a little frustrated with the fact that now they have to go back to work and actually follow the president with wherever he goes because this guy has been so accessible. I mean,
Yeah.
President Trump, he can call for a press briefing on the South Lawn anytime he wants or anywhere he wants to. I'm going to do this right now, and everyone's got to rush to the Roosevelt room, say, for example. So it's a very exciting White House. Unfortunately, not everybody is on board, but if President Trump doesn't convince you this time that he is for the American people and for the working person, I don't know what will at this point.
What kind of access do you think you'll have going forward with Melania?
Oh, that's a great question. I would love to have more access to her. I hope
Yeah.
that she does make herself more accessible. I know she's done a lot of interviews with Fox and Friends, which has been great. I mean, kind of getting to know her personally through those interviews has kind of paved the way for, a more humanizing first lady. And I know she wants to continue her Be Best campaign. She wants to expand on it, which I really loved during her first term as first lady. So I'm hoping we can get more access to her personally. I'm hoping we get to see a little bit more of her and hear from her more as well. But there's definitely going to be a lot of exciting new information to share with you guys very soon.
Now, just real quick before I let you go, what's your schedule like? Because I saw yesterday Caroline Leavitt, the guys on Fox, tried to pin her down. When's the first press briefing, and how often are you going to do it? And she's like, "You're going to have to wait. I'm not going to tell you." So you guys basically like firefighters. You just stand by until the bell rings, and then you got to go run to the press briefing room or wherever Trump is going to be doing something.
That's a great question. The night before, we usually get a daily guidance on what the next day would look like. So around maybe 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern time, we'll get an email to our work emails and say, okay, here's what you can expect for tomorrow. We will be doing X, Y, and Z, and here's what time the press briefing will be. We do not know. Caroline did not share that information with us on Tuesday when I met with her. So we're still kind of waiting for what the day is going to look like. I know every Sunday night we get a week ahead guidance as well. So on Sunday night, we get the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday schedule on what we can expect the president to do, and then it breaks it down by daily guidance. But I do know and can confirm that President Trump will be traveling to North Carolina and California on Friday to help those who are still being affected by the natural disasters, from the hurricanes, from the wildfires. He'll be around there. I know he's been very critical of the federal government helping the American people out there with the Biden administration. So he's going to go revisit that. I know here on Friday in Washington, D.C. is the March for Life rally as well. So I thought he was going to be attending that, but he will be visiting the American people in North Carolina and California, as he should, by the way. So very exciting. So
Will you be traveling?
I don't think so, unless there is press. If Trump will be doing press out there and he will open it up to reporters who can sign up for it, I will definitely be signing up and see if we can get to at least one of those events, whether that's North Carolina or California.
All right. Well, we're going to be following you. You're going to get a bunch of people commenting and wanting to hear from you. We'd like to bring you on whenever you have time, because I know your schedule is going to be swamped with everything he's doing, and it's going to have to be fluid because he just does it, man. He just walks out and says, "I want to talk to people." So it's going to make your job very much more exciting, and I look forward to hearing your reports, and I'll be following you on Twitter as well, and hopefully we'll get you back on as soon as we can, Monica. Get inside, stay
Absolutely,
warm.
Betty.
Stay warm.
Thank you
up
so
there.
much. Anytime you want, I'm happy to come on. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Monica. So as you saw, that was a pre-record. So somebody might ask, Barry, why did you do a pre-record with her instead of live? Because we had to do that at about, I think actually, what was it, 10 o'clock this morning before things got going, because as you heard me talking to her, it is like being a firefighter. You don't know when the bell's going to ring. And so if Trump says, I'm going to walk out, or like what's happening right now, the Lake and Riley Act may be going to his desk any minute to get signed. I'll cover that in a minute. And then everybody's got to run and cover that. So if I had a time during the day where she was on and she had to like run away, then we wouldn't be able to do the interview. So just to let you guys know, please do me a favor and go to Monica Page TV. That's her handle on X, Monica Page TV, and go ahead and give her a follow and let her know you saw her and that you appreciate her coming on here and giving me a chance to basically have a White House correspondent at this point. And also give her a follow. Get her numbers up. She's at 29.6. So go ahead and follow Monica and talk, tell her what you saw. We'd love to have her on here often. Ashley did a great job by getting her set up. Just to let you know, Ashley has a bunch of interviews scheduled. A lot of different Congress people coming on. Won't mention the names yet because there's too many to mention, actually, and I can't recall them all. But we're getting a lot of great interviews. Congressional people. I know you guys want most of them live. We're going to try and do as many live as possible. Like you saw, we had Mark Mitchell today from Rasmussen. Couldn't get the connection right, so we got to just move around on it. But we're going to do as many as possible. And having somebody at the White House, I mean, I'm blown away that we now have somebody at the White House who can report to us specifically what happened. And so if she needs to jump on real quick, I'll make the time whenever. Ashley, if she says, hey, listen, I got something I want to talk to you about, make the time, boom, we're going to get on. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to keep using Monica as much as possible. I'd be foolish not to bring in someone who's actually has White House access. I love that. I hope you guys loved it as well. I just tried. I can't write to her because I'm not blue check verified. Well, just leave a comment. You don't have to send her a message, but you can respond to something. I think Monica is right because I feel I have just seen pure evil from some on the left. Like how she said that. She's like, some of these people are just out for themselves. They don't care. They don't care about the country, just how much money they can make. That's it. Great job, Ashley. Keep them coming. Yep. I just want to make sure everybody knows. Yeah, she's putting all these things together. Just a matter of time, Barry, you'll be interviewing President Trump directly. I would love to be on the Zoom call, Mr. President. I have to take off my hat, though. Probably have to start wearing a coat and, not a coat and tie, but at least a tie or a jacket, or nice shirt. Maybe I'll start doing that anyway. Maybe I'll just start doing that and change the wardrobe from the podcaster look. Great pickup with Monica. Not me. I never even knew Ashley had reached out to her, so she did that. So, Barry, I'm so proud of how big your channel is growing and proud to have been here. Thank you very much. That was great. Where is she? She is in Washington, right outside the White House. Somebody just said Sean Duffy got confirmed. Okay, I'll look at that and see if we can find it. No, Barry, be yourself, dress as you normally do. Okay, great. Barry and Ashley, great interview. Thank you. This is amazing. Yep, just Trump sweatshirt, Barry. I'll get to the hoodies tonight. We're giving hoodies away tonight. the love of money is the root of all evil. Yep, Barry looks like a coach to me. Yeah, oh, this shirt. Unfortunately, I have Ohio State colors on after what they did to Notre Dame. Amazing job, Ashley. Thank you very much. Yeah, she's doing a crazy job. So once again, if you want to follow Monica, go ahead and go to X, obviously, and her handle is Monica Page TV. Monica Page TV, and you can give her a follow. Somebody, some of you guys are saying you tried to message her and you can't because you're not blue check. That's okay. Just go ahead and comment on something she posts. All right, somebody's like, I think you should dress up, Barry. Okay, so Monica just posted that it is confirmed. Oh, what did I do here? It is confirmed that President Trump has ordered 1,500 troops onto the border. So I was ready for that. That was going to be my next segue. I didn't have the number here, but President Trump has instructed the U.S. Transportation Command to get ready to use military planes for the deportation operation. Down here, closed border. Trump has ordered the military to prepare to evacuate illegal aliens aboard its fleet of C-17 Globemasters. That's those huge, huge planes. Each of our 222 C-17s can carry 102. If they operated continuously, we could transport 90,000 migrants a day, meaning we could deport 3 million migrants in just over a month. People were asking, how can we do it? We just got to find them. We have the ability to move them out. 3 million a month, could you imagine? Could you imagine? So you're telling me in less than a year, you can get them all out. Obviously, that is a theoretical max. It will take likely much longer because you got to find them. You just can't deport what you can't see. So that's huge news that he's now going to use that. Let me see if anything else is popped out about that. Oh, somebody said 1,500. Nope. You were wrong. Wow. Trump is sending 10,000 troops to the Mexican border to deal with the border emergency. I told you earlier, I said it just keeps happening. And how much news is being just pumped out by Trump, just pumped out, just constantly. It's simply amazing. Trump now deploying 10,000 troops to the border. U.S. Northern Command already has 2,200 troops on the ground in El Paso. 1,500 additional troops, including 500 Marines from Camp Pendleton, are being deployed. Within a month, there could be as many as 10,000 U.S. troops on the Mexican border to support the 20,000 border agents.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
It's absolutely crazy. So then this happened during the interview with Monica. The Laken-Riley Act is on its way to President Trump's desk for his signature. This is from the House Judiciary GOP. And then you want to see what the breakdown was. Here was the breakdown. 217 Republicans voted yay, and there was one person not voting. 46 Democrats said yay, so that the final number was 263 to 156. 156 Democrats, 156 scumbags voted no against the Laken-Riley Act. These people are, I'm telling you, they are not going to win another election anytime soon. Anytime soon, especially not on a national basis. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let me see if anything else has popped up while we're waiting. But it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts what's been going on. And they have, I don't believe they have any shot of winning. None. Nothing. All right, so let me just make sure we haven't missed anything else before I cut off here. Lake and Riley. So there's going to be the usual three that are going to not vote, which are going to be these three. It seems Mitch McConnell, Murkowski, and Susan Collins will be nightmares. J.D. Vance might need to cast more tie-breaking votes than we initially thought. So what are we going to do? We knew this was going to happen. These three nuts just don't want to vote for anything. They don't want to assist Trump whatsoever. So Turtle, Collins, Murkowski, why don't you just put D's on your name? Just go ahead and change parties. Just go ahead, give them 50 and give us 50, so that would be 50-50 with J.D. Vance basically being the tiebreaker. What scum? What scum they really are. I can't take it. All right, so before we get out of here, just to let you know, tonight I'm going to go live at 8:30 and drop some more news depending on what happens the rest of the day. And then at 9 o'clock, we're going to take Hannity's interview with President Trump. Rhinos are worse than Dems. Yeah, absolutely. They're bought and paid for it. Let's just call it what it is. Bought and paid for. We the people demand term limits. Absolutely. Bear, I could watch the Trump keep winning on a loop. It's pretty much going to have to turn into a loop real soon, the way he's moving. I'm sure by the time I meet with you guys at 8:30 that there's going to be a whole bunch more stuff to talk about. It just keeps coming. In fact, I mean, while I'm talking to you, I'm having to use different windows to see if anything else has been pushed out there by anybody, because it just keeps coming. It literally just keeps coming all over the place. Let me see if there's anything. Yeah, okay, this is what we're waiting for. I heard rumors. CNBC reports today that CNN will be laying off, quote, hundreds of its 3,500 employees later this week as the network struggles to make money following the 2024 election. As reported by CNBC, CNN to lay off hundreds of employees as post-inauguration transformation begins. Oh, these people are so screwed. So screwed. I got to play it again.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
Unreal. Absolutely unreal. It just keeps happening. Charlie also put this news up, which we just reported, that Caroline Leavitt confirms that President Trump is sending the initial 1,500 troops to the southern border. We have a real border again. And I'm pretty sure that's Monica right behind that camera lens. I think that's her right. Look, it looks like that could be her right next to the camera lens. But in any event, it's happening fast. Faster than even I thought could possibly happen. It's moving so quickly at this point. He is doing everything. Promises made, promises kept. And remember what I told you earlier? And I said you're going to start seeing some people who are going to begin asking the question. And this is the question. Why didn't the last administration do this? Now that's where you guys get to run out there. Maybe post it on your, hey, why didn't Biden and Kamala do this? And just seed that. Let that sit out there and, ruminate. Hey, if you could have done this, why didn't Biden do it? And start letting Democrats having to understand this. We're 2 days in. Actually, not even a full 2 days. We're not even a full 2 days. And you're seeing moves being made that you realize that Biden and Kamala intentionally were trying to destroy this country. Whoever was their puppet masters, because we know Biden wasn't doing anything himself, and it's very unlikely Kamala was doing anything. So whoever the puppet masters were doing it intentionally to destroy America. I don't even know how you don't see that at this point. You have to realize that Democrats who aren't pink-haired nut jobs are going to be asking that question over and over. Why didn't they do it? If it was so easy, how come Trump's doing it? I mean, this guy's Superman? I mean, we could have just done this? We could have stopped all... Yeah, you could have stopped all of this. Unreal. Now we're seeing it. Now we are seeing it. So, I'm going to go. Let me go ahead and... That was everything I had today. Let me go ahead and look at Super Chats if there are any. But I think there's a lot of Democrats who, at this point, have got to be wondering, we got sold a bill of goods. We got lied to. Yeah, they lied to you. And now you've got all the real nuts crying on X, making videos like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because you were sold a bill of goods by Kamala and Joe and the media, that what you were doing was normal. And you never thought to yourself, could they possibly be lying to me? I mean, me wanting to wear these clothes and go in this bathroom, I'm the nut? They sold you that we were the nuts. We're like, hey, no, we don't want it. Now you're realizing, oh, what do we do now? He's changing everything. Yep, told you. Sorry. so sorry for you. Sorry about your luck. Mark Reality, do you think that the Mr. My Pillow guy will be able to buy what's left of CNN and have his pillow commercials at all of the airports? Now, see, that is going to be interesting. CNN might go the way of the dinosaur. I'd love to see it go that way too, by the way, because if you imagine, we still haven't got to the point of RFK Jr. Remember this. RFK Jr. wants to kill pharmaceutical ads. These networks get 75% of their revenue from pharmaceutical ads. So if there can't be any more pharmaceutical ads, I said that 3 times now, then they can't exist. They can't even drive revenue if they can't use pharmaceutical advertising. So nobody's going to pay Joy Reid $4 or $5 million. Nobody's going to pay Rachel Maddow $25 million. You're getting paid that money because the pharmaceuticals are paying you off. With that gone, they're gone. Ronald Zimmerman, we have to keep waiting. Yes, we do. Keep your head up. Cynthia Russell, a couple of business casual shirts with collars with your name and fanfare logo on the left side. Okay. Interesting. Judith Klazak, thank you. Crystal B, you need fanfare merch like t-shirts. Okay, well, look into it. Ashley mentioned t-shirts yesterday. More Beverly Linton, more luxury condos in D.C. Lucy O'Connor, thank you very much. David Cummings, the media is running around like a bunch of Keystone cops. Yep, for sure. They don't know what to do at this point. Barry Monica's perfect. Your channel is awesome. Don't change a thing. Thank you very much. I was excited to talk to Monica. Like I said, having somebody right there at the White House. I know Benny, I know PBD, some of these guys have it, but that is a real differentiator. Thanks, Barry, and the mods for all you do. Joe got his preemptive embalming last year. Says great, man. Preemptive embalming. Melvin Blodgett, thank you. At this rate of winning, Trump will have the country fixed by the 4th of July, our 250th birthday. Just imagine. He drops the no income tax. Wow, that would be huge. Undo the pardons. Joe is not mentally here to know what he was doing. May not even have to go that route. The unconditional preemptive pardon may not be legal. Beverly Litton, Pam Bondi's approval is being pushed back 7 days, according to Slimy Chef. Yep, they're pushing him. So he says. Remember what John Thune said. One way or the other, it's happening. So they may pull the recess thing out of their back pocket. Galatians 6:7, whatever one reaps, they shall sow. Beverly Litton again. Too many kickbacks being pocketed by leftists and rhinos. Isn't Newsom building a No, he didn't build it. He bought a $9 million mansion. You want to know something interesting about his $9 million mansion? It has a blue roof. Just saying. Blue roof. He bought a mansion with a blue roof. I'll let you look that up. Virginia. But Barry, look how many people voted for Kamala. Yeah, really. Cajun Scully, Soros, 200 radio stations, FCC, kick him out of America. I think they're going to look into that as well. I heard something about that today. So if all the borders are starting to get closed off, that means all that the illegals are trapped within this country awaiting expulsion. Yeah, and I think they're going to be doing something where they're going to give you money if you can turn people in. That could be interesting. Where was that? Oh, the wrong one. B. Michael Nays. Thank you, Barry. Love you, bro. Thank you for watching, sir. Fume Drummer. Thank you. The 20-point shift against newcomers from 2016 to 2024 is due to the whole country being personally affected instead of just the southern border. Your states. You're absolutely right. And they completely ignored it. They had to ignore it. Sherry Clem. Barry, will Trump's FCC now foil Soros' plans to weaponize all those 300-plus radio stations? Yep. I guarantee you they're going to look into it. That's what I just heard. Wait a minute, that was Tommy Radcliffe. Hey Sherry, what's Trump going to do? Win, of course. And then this was Sherry who was talking about the FCC and the new chairman doing with Soros. Tom Wilson, thank you very much. Jen Boo Boo. JFK was the moment America lost its innocence. We deserve to know. There are people sitting there, I mean, literally sitting on refresh, hitting refresh, looking for the JFK information. Maybe by the time we get back at 8:30, that we'll have that as well. Cat, so much winning. President Trump is the greatest president by far. Yeah, absolutely. Ina Richards, elections have consequences. I think the Democrats are starting to find that out for sure. Judy Leslie, never doubted Trump. He's kicking ass. No one can stop what is coming. Yep, finally, we're seeing it happen. Mega Mama, thank you, Barry, for always explaining everything so well. You're a good man, and thank you, Robin, because every good man has a good woman behind him. Thank you, Ashley, for all you do, and the mods. Thank you very much. Georgia Cat Lady, is John Fetterman going to switch to a Republican? Good question. At least he may vote with some of the Republicans. Jeff 26, to my knowledge, Mayorkas did not get a pardon, nor did Christopher Wray. Nor did Jack Smith. He left these people hanging. Lucy O'Connor. Yeah, he pardoned all those people and left so many people hanging. Christopher Williams, Barry, you are my go-to news anchor. Australia will stand by Trump 100%. Queensland, Australia, 6 a.m. show. Well, thank you very, very much for 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Let's see. From Mr. Mike. I feel like Doc Holliday and Tombstone. Trump, Barry, say when. Let's go. Yeah, you're about to be your Huckleberry hit at this point. Kathleen Gray, when and where did President Trump, when he did the winning, too much winning? That was in one of the rallies a long time ago. I think that might have even been a rally from the previous campaign. Guess they'll slow walk Bondi and try to drop Hegseth. Yep, they're going to try. Fume Drummer, the last 8 years have been really hard on Trump. You can see it in his face when comparing now to the winning video. You know what? People taking shots at you will do that for you. And I think what you just said there is a lot of people need to remember that. What this guy has gone through. And again, he said it. It's true. He doesn't need to be doing this. But now he's doing it. Mr. Mike, where's that? Rhinos and liberals are like MAGA's coming and MAGA's hungry. Time to eat. Patriots forward. Yes, I agree. Andromeda 1741. Barron made a comment about Biden's retirement. I didn't see that. I did see the video going around where he whispered something to Biden, and Biden's smile just quickly went off of his face. Beverly Litton, please look into Dr. Simone Gold, head of America's frontline doctors. She spoke about the jab, saying treatments already existed. All right, I'll look her up. She's around everywhere. How long will we have to pay their leave? Until they probably go through a lawsuit and we can dismiss them or settle. Leland Hopkins, all nominees should be voted on and ready to go same day president sworn in. They're supposed to be. They're just being Democrats. Gladys Kravitz, Barry, please drop 703. 21018. Reed dropped 703. You're talking about from that 17th letter, right? Yeah. Hey, Tommy, thanks for coming on yesterday. Thanks for all your support, everyone. It was fun. We'll work out the tech bugs for next time. Some classic rock next time. Yeah, brother. Yes, for sure. Mr. Mike, welcome home. J6ers, true American patriots. Liberal Marxism is done. Thanks for all you do, Barry. We will continue to fight. Now, like I said, I've got that interview with Kim Wargo that many of you probably haven't seen that I'm going to be posting relatively soon here on YouTube. Can't wait till the JFK files hit, Nicholas Lamonicus says. Another one from Nicholas. Barry, thank you. Jamie Raskin needs to be jailed. How dare he and Schumer even speak? The chutzpah that these people have. Tommy, they were defending themselves from Capitol Police and feds in Trump attire. The cops started to... Yeah, you're right. And Tommy Radcliffe, I'm in tears and doing virtual backflips. This is outstanding. Freed innocent men and women. Hooray for Trump. All 1,600 was the right thing to do. Absolutely. Agreed. Barry hit the too much winning button. I put it out there. So we're going to play that the heck out of that. I can tell it's more and more coming. Paul Trick says, can Australia borrow Donald after 4 years? That would be funny. Beverly Litton, I prayed that people would have had the scales taken off their eyes, seeing the evil, and that it would matter to them. Many have known but don't care. Yeah. Stephen Rhodes, thank you very much. Jen, Jewel, love all the winnings. Thank you, Barry, for keeping us informed. Love your commentary. Thank you for being here. Ann Walker, thank you. Carmen Flores, it's a wonderful life. It's a great time to be an American. Thank God. I agree. All right, everybody. I'm going to go walk the dogs down here in the cold South Florida air. I know you guys don't feel sorry for me at all. It's 60-something degrees, but some of you guys are dealing with snow and all kinds of stuff. So 8:30, we're going to jump on. We'll cover some news, whatever happens between now and then. And then, of course, we'll cover Sean Hannity talking to President Trump in the Oval Office. Thank you guys for tuning in. We do just keep winning. Keep winning. Don't get tired of winning. Don't get tired of winning.